Hi, you're going to need to be able to check out books today with the fourth grade students. So let me give you a quick tutorial on how to do that. We start out with with the school web page. From there, we click on the elementary. Next, we're going to scroll down the page. We're going to look for the words underneath the books, elementary library. And you will be using this page with the technology classes today. What we're looking for right now is Destiny Library Catalog. This is the software we use to check books in and out with students. I'm going to choose elementary school. You will have to log in. ELSUB is the login username, and the password is Vikings4865. I'll include that information in the email. After this point, we want to click on More up here and go to the back office. Then you're going to want to click on a circulation tab. The two you're going to need is Check Out and Check In. After you're done with your first technology class of the day, Mrs. Bongart's class will have their books returned. They'll be sitting on the front counter in the library. Excuse me. So when those come in, you'll want to make sure you're on check-in, and then you can just scan all the books one after another. On the front of each book, there is a barcode that says Ryle Elementary School. Those are the barcodes that have to be scanned. Don't scan the barcode that the store would use to check a book out at the cash register. You want to make sure you scan the barcodes on the front of the book. They are put on there vertically. They're white. You'll see them on there. Just scan each book as you scan them in. Sometimes you'll get the happy sound. If you get an unhappy sound, it just means the book was overdue. So don't worry about that. You can scan and check all the books in. Then, after you're done with that, put them on the cart next to the counter there, and Karen will take care of them this afternoon. So don't worry about that. When the kids come in for library class, they're going to choose their books, and then in between the computer and the printer, you're going to find a hard binder in there that's clear and blue on the binding edge. Pull out that binder, and in there are the grade levels organized by, from early learners up to 5th grade. You're going to look for 4B, which is Mrs. Bongart's class, and when you find that page, there's going to be the barcodes of all the students. So what you need to do, and actually, this isn't going to be as hard as I thought, because the kids do their own scanning. All you have to do is click on Checkout here, and then scan the student's name. Look at the screen to verify that's the correct student, and then tell them to scan their books, because there's a scanner a little further down the front counter, and they know how to scan their own books. They've been doing it for a couple of years already. So once again, a student would come on, you'd scan their barcode. Unfortunately, here at home, I don't have any barcodes to do this, but let's say, let me see, who's in 4th grade? Oh, geez. Mrs. Bongart's class. I can't think right now. Who'd be a 4th grader? It's late at night and I'm having a tough time thinking here. 4th grade, 4th grade. Caleb Sugden. So you'd scan Caleb's card, and what happens is none of this is going to happen. After you scan Caleb's card, Caleb's barcode out of the binder, this will come up. And then Caleb will scan all of his books. Now once again, this won't happen. This part of it won't happen. Let's say that one of the Whitman girls comes in. And I'm still not getting it here. Let's just go W. W, find patron. No Whitman? Oh my goodness. And I'm not having any luck here. Whitman, find patron. There we go. There we go. Say Amelia Whitman comes in. You would scan her barcode out of the book, and then this will come up. Take a look at it to make sure you've got the right student, and then have them scan their books. Okay, I'll do that one more time because I messed this up so bad. Okay, This point you're not going to have because you're going to scan barcodes. Um, who else do I have? Ugh, Chandler. Chase Chandler. So this part you would just scan their barcode, Chase Chandler would come up, you'd see this here, and you'd want to say, Chase, do you have that other book that's still checked out? If it's still not there, just to give him a little reminder, and then have him scan his books. Okay? There are going to be other little bloops that come along the way. A student may have 3 books already and be trying to take a 4th. I'm going to say if that screen says they're to allow it, just go ahead and allow it. I'll deal with it next time I see them. But the kids are pretty good about returning their books and knowing how many more they can check out so they don't exceed their limits. All right, I'm sorry I couldn't do a better job explaining this, but what you're going to need is a check-in. I'll review this again, and that's when all the books come into the counter. You're going to scan them all one right after another. You don't need to stop in between. You don't need to check names or anything. Then, when the kids choose their books, you're going to be on the checkout part of it. A student's going to come up to the counter. You're going to have that binder. You're going to scan their name, their barcode out of the binder, and then they will check their books out. They'll scan them themselves, and they'll just move on to the next student. It's actually not very hard at all when the kids do their own scanning. You don't have to worry about that portion of it. All you have to do is make sure you scan the right barcode out of the binder, and you're good to go. I hope that takes care of it. If you're really stuck on anything, Karen Welling is in the building and she helps with special ed. She is my afternoon library person, and I'm sure that you could tap into her if you need help trying to figure out what you can't do. So if you need anything, don't be afraid to ask for Karen, and she'll help you. I hope this helps and that you're able to get through this okay. Thank you so much for subbing. I really appreciate it.